If you're going to be in the Arab horse business, well, your knowledge is what's going to make you money. But you want enough knowledge so if somebody comes and says, well, this or that or the other thing, you got enough knowledge that you can tell them that isn't so and show them why. I've always found in this Arab horse business that the knowledge is what sells horses. Besides, gets people on the track of breeding good ones. And if you have a stallion that has really top blood all the way down the line, there's no reason why that horse shouldn't reproduce himself or better. I think Kubriya reproduces himself as well or better than he is. And another thing, if you've got blood that good on the mare and the stud, you can inbreed that, and you set the type. In other words, if you've got a stud and you don't like the type of that stud, well, get rid of him and get the type you like, that's a good horse. Then you can set the type and you can breed that horse to any mare and you should reproduce without any bad results, whatever. You'll have to get that number 4 book unless you have other ways of getting the information on these strains on the horses.
No, I don't have that.
And then you'll know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Kubriya is 2 crosses of Hamdani in there. Hamdani Simri. That means that Hamdani was a band in the desert that bred those horses and kept them just that way. And they were a horse that didn't have really much of a dish in the head, but they were a tough horse. And that's why the Arabs bred them that way, they were so tough. But you know, I took Kubriya right out of Illinois on level ground, you know, and he'd never been anything else. And the first time I took him up in the mountains, after these cattle, I told these other cowboys that were along, I said, now listen, you guys just go ahead, because this horse came from down in the flat, and I don't know, he probably won't have any wind. Well, you couldn't hold him back, and he went up those mountains and didn't even puff. No. I've had a lot of chances here. When I got ready to sell out, I had a lot of chances to sell him, but I wouldn't sell him.
I don't think I would have either. There would have been only one way that I would ever part with that stud if I was you, and that's where I couldn't take care of him myself, and I was sure he had a good home.
Well, that's right. That's why I'm taking him here now, because, you know, don't just kidding yourself when you get to be 74 years old. Anytime the end can come. I don't.
It can come anytime, really.
Well, that's right, but then I mean that
well, your chances are slimmer.
And my wife, as I say, she's had some bad operations, and you never know where her health will go bad or something, and there she'd be with an old horse that needs a lot of care, and she wouldn't be able to take care of him. And she's so crazy about animals, she'd probably have to kill herself trying to.